Okay, so it's Saturday, March 30th, and I'm having my final moving sale. I have all my stuff lined up that I'm trying to get rid of and make a little bit of cash on. And right now, I only have had 3 people who are for sure going to come by today. I did have a couple people come by yesterday. And so I made $22 yesterday. But then I had a vacuum to sell too, so I made just $10 off of that. And oh, it's all dark. Okay. So here's all my stuff. So yeah, I'm not gonna make too much money. I don't know. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do with all this stuff if I don't sell it. So lounge chair. So yeah, so I sold all. Here's my room. There's my sleeping bag. My kitty. So that's where I'm sleeping. My back is killing me. But no, it's fine. I didn't realize how much I slept on my side until now I have bruises on my side. Sleep on the floor. But oh well, no big deal. And so no, one thing I was going to talk about stuff. I really don't care about, selling the stuff and getting rid of it. It's just the memories that are attached to some of the stuff. That's the hard part. It's like, so here's Arnold. This old Arnold Schwarzenegger mask. Like a Halloween costume one year. But I have like this thing right here. This thing is really cool. This is like an old Navy, a Soviet Union Navy cap. You can kind of still see the hammer and sickles on there. Oh, sorry, I can't get in focus. But this is from a trip I took to the Soviet Union, or actually it was Russia, because it was 1995. And the Soviet Union fell in, 89? Was it 89? And so we went there just like my stepfather, some guy who worked for him, was from Finland. So we went by and visited his family. And then they took us on this 4-day cruise to St. Petersburg. And just what a fascinating ordeal that whole thing was. But so anyways, they were just like selling these authentic hats, sailor hats on the street. And I think I got this for $5. And of course all the tourists were, buying them up because, how many people can own an old Soviet Union hat? Now I'm sure it's common, but at the time, 95, not so much. But yeah, so it was really cool. And so I kind of associate this like with my memories, of there. And I remember on the cruise ship talking to a bartender, and this is 1995, and I asked him, so what's going on with the political situation now, and who's really running the country? And he kept saying, creamy, creamy, creamy. I'm like, what the hell is creamy? And he meant the criminals were running Russia. And he was right. As we know now, look at all the millionaires and billionaires that, really run things. I mean, along obviously with Putin, but anyway, so that was in 95. And yeah, so it was just a real cool experience. And I remember just, if you go to Russia, it's like, they're still transitioning. I mean, now, they've accepted the church and everything. But at the time, I mean, they were literally using these beautiful churches for storage. Still, obviously now that's changed. But yeah, I remember another experience. I remember there going to some beautiful church, old, Eastern Orthodox Russian church. And I remember I had some, I think, krona, because we'd been to Denmark. And then I had the Finnish coin. I can't remember what that was. But no, so I was just, some old lady was begging, and so I gave her something, and then all of a sudden I was just swarmed by little old ladies. I mean, they literally swarmed me. They went around me. And it just freaked me out. I gave them all my money, the coins I had. And I ran. Anyway, so just that's an example of like some memories. And then I have, let me walk in here. I get it out fast. I think just like this little thing right here. You can kind of see it. It's kind of cute. It's just this little case. My ex gave this to me. I think he got this in Disney World in Florida. He was on a business trip. And you can kind of see it's like these two little balls. And they have the yin and yang symbol on them, right? And you shake them, and so just the cute little knick-knack, you know, just some crap. But the funny thing is about this, if you know anything about Chinese history, the eunuchs that would go work for the old emperors, they would literally have to cut off their balls in order to work in the palace, because of course the emperor didn't want, you know, the eunuchs, the servants, you know, having sex with the concubines and wives and stuff like that. So they had to get their balls cut off, and then they would put them in this little box, and they would literally carry the box around with them everywhere, because like this was their manhood. So even though, you know, they've done the yin-yang sing-along, I'm just wondering if, like, you know, some, you know, Midwestern mother buying this for a kid or something and has no idea the significance of it and where it's from. So I just thought that was kind of cute. Yeah, so it's like stuff like that, and, you know, that has a little bit of meaning. Like this picture right here. This is just like an old one that you remember, Bombay coat. I don't even know if they have Bombay coats anymore. I never go to the mall or anything like that. But it's just a really nice picture. I mean, not really my style, but got this from a friend. His name was Majid. He was an Iranian guy. And I think he like came to dinner one night and brought this picture. I'm sure it was like by 40, 50 bucks. But he was just a really, really nice guy. And, you know, of course, the Iranians have they're just a huge gift-giving culture. I mean, yeah, I mean, if they come over to dinner, man, I'd expect a gift, a nice gift. So, anyway, so that, you know, like I said, even though it's not really my style, I mean, it just has that memory associated with this really nice guy. So stuff like that, and I got some pictures that I like, and I just don't know what to do with them all. And of course, I got all my books, and you know, just books I've collected over the years, and some, you know, going to college, and then others, you know, just like classics. I'd buy, oh, I need to read this. So I'd buy it, and, you know, of course, I never read it. So I kind of divided it up in sections, and so I have like my Greek, Roman, Egyptian period, and then my Christianity, you know, like who wrote the New Testament, stuff like that. And then I have some classics over here, and then a little bit of American history here. And what I put over here, some philosophy, some women's studies. Yeah, a little bit of Faust, Hobbes, Rand, a little bit of Moby Dick, interesting book. I did read that. Wow. You want to know a lot about whales? Moby Dick. That was the biggest surprise about that book. It's like he has like this, I don't know, this whole section just devoted to everything you want to know about the whale. And this was like in, what, 1860-something he wrote that? I'm like, jeez. So that section is a little boring. When no one ever talks about that section when they talk about Moby Dick, and that it's a classic. There's Atlas Shrugged. I read all that too. That was crap. Honestly. It's just a crappy book. And I know it's a popular book. They say only the Bible sells more than Atlas Shrugged. But it's so contrived. That's my problem. Now, I think her nonfiction is pretty good, but her fiction just sucks. I mean, it's like, you know, like the protagonist will go on and make this long speech. I mean, it's so unnatural, you know, so contrived. I'm like, isn't that supposed to be fiction? So she just basically was inserting her philosophy into her fiction, and I don't think she did a great job, regardless of the content. So yeah, Great Gatsby. I read that one. And some, looks like some Bhagavad Gita. Some Asian stuff, Native American, stuff like that. So, I just don't know what I'm going to do with all this. Obviously, I'm not going to sell them. This stuff is like all, looks like I have some fiction, some reference stuff. All these dictionaries, I'll probably just trash a lot of this stuff. Here's all my atheist stuff. Demon Haunted World, Infidel, God is not great. What's that? Dangerous Idea, Portable Atheist. Bible Handbook. That was like in the early 90s, you know, when the big atheists weren't around at the time, and all you really had was American Atheists, and you had Madeline Murray O'Hare, and so I was starting to collect some books then. And that one, the Bible Handbook, talks about, you know, the discrepancies in the Bible. And then I have Stephen Jay Gould, Missionary Position, love that. That was like one of Christopher Hitchens' first kind of atheist-related writings that became popular. Russell, I still haven't read Russell, Religion and Science. I never read that. Atheist Bible, that's just all kinds of atheist quotes. Oh God, look at this. What a joke this is. Why we want you to be rich. Oh jeez. That guy, the guy that wrote the Rich Dad Poor Dad series and Donald Trump. I don't know why I bought it. I think I bought that at an airport. There's some like business books. Here's some travel stuff. In '99, I went to like 7 countries in Europe. I was backpacked all through those 7 countries. What a great trip. Great memories. Just some crap. A lot of these, my mom gave me these books, these fiction books to read. I don't think I ever read them. She was just passing down the ones that she read, and we just don't really, we don't have similar taste. But like some exercise books, stuff like that. Yeah, there's a cookbook down there. So, yeah, I don't have too big of high hopes for today. So let's see what happens if I can get rid of any of this stuff. Please.